I'm a journalist by profession, so you can call me a media personality if you like.
You're going to train me before you leave because I definitely am lacking there.
So I'm a journalist by training, but through my life story, I've done so many things within media and outside of media.
Okay.
I'm a journalist by profession, but I also currently am a corporate sales professional. Yes, so it's a mix of so many things. But in the media space, I've worked on radio and I've also worked on TV, national TV. So I have worn many hats professionally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say that has that come to an end, or you're just trying out something different or new? Has the era of TV and radio come to an end?
Not really. I believe that we were not made to be just one thing.
Okay.
We were not made to fit in just, if I might use the example of a button, we are not meant to be just like a button.
Okay.
That you are made to fit in this particular hole, and so it shall be forever and ever. Amen. No, I believe that I can be many things. Of course, it's important to have a center. It's important to, especially career-wise, to have a standpoint and say, this is what butters my bread, but you can actually do other things. Now, for me, I believe media is something, you know what they say about find something you love and you will never work a day in your life. I feel like media is that for me. Whereas I can do sales and media would be, if you like, I could call it a side hustle. Maybe at some point it can be the main hustle. I don't know, because I'm good at it and I love it.
Depending on where the wind blows.
Exactly.
Or what your priorities become at a certain point in time.
Exactly.
Because there could be a need and would need this
market forces.
Expertise in that field.
Yeah.
You know? And it's very interesting because I happen to be on the opposite side of the bench.
Yeah.
You have interviewed me not once, not twice.
Several times.
And now it's my turn. So I'm going to get back at you and go hit as deep as possible.
Okay.
Yes.
Be gentle.
I'll be gentle. I will. I'll do my best.
Yeah.
And you see, I was interviewed by you on TV and also on radio. And I kept saying that, the day, if it ever happens, she has to be one of the people I must interview. I'm glad that you're one of the first people that I have on my show. Because now we are going to get to the real content of mental health,
Yes, I am honored to be here.
Thank you. So we have Olive Monica Najjuma with us, and I'm very, very, very glad to have her on Mind Matters this morning. So, as we go ahead.
Mind Matters, the weekly check-in with Bill Bekunda on Stream UT Radio. Your life, your music.
Yes, Monica. Olive, I don't know which one you prefer to be referred to. Monica, Olive?
You can call me either, but Olive is fine.
Olive is fine.
Yeah.
So, Olive, let's go back in time. That's how we start. I want to go as far back in time as you can remember. What are your earliest childhood memories?
When you ask me to go back in time, many people, I don't know, my childhood memories, for many people, they would have beautiful childhood memories. I have some, but it's mixed up, really. Maybe I could start with where I was born. I was born to a beautiful woman. May God rest her soul. And a gentleman, my dad.
Okay.
Both of them are now deceased.
Sorry about that.
But I was raised by my mother. I didn't grow up close to my father.
Okay.
I only reconnected with my father later on in life. So childhood memories, I remember my mom, at least at the time when I could understand what was around me, my mom was a market vendor.
Okay.
She used to work in a market in Nankulabi.
Okay.
She used to
So you're city born.
I'm city born.
Okay.
She used to, my sisters tell me, my big sisters tell me, my mom used to work in Chiembe, those people who sell materials of clothes and whatnot. Then life dealt her a tough hand and she pivoted and went into produce.
Okay.
So every time I go to the market and see those kids running around, I'm like, I was these kids.
You are one of
I
those
was
kids.
those kids running around in the market.
Okay.
But what I remember about my mom is that even if she was a market vendor, she was different. She was, I like to think, classy.
Okay.
Because even when I look at her pictures, the way she used to dress, the way she used to, put herself out there, it wasn't the normal market vendor kind of lifestyle. I remember she was a very clean woman. She was when it came to cleanliness and being orderly, she was like very strict. And I picked that from her. Exactly who I think I am in that regard because of my mother. But I also remember I've always loved school. My mom made me love school because my mom was not educated. She was illiterate. And my older siblings, the first four, my mom, I think, hadn't really figured out how important education was. So they didn't go far in school. But around my time, she wanted me to be in school. I think now it had clicked that it's important for someone to be in school. So she would send me to school. But what I remember the most is that I struggled in the beginning. I mean, you're coming from a home where your mother is illiterate, your siblings are out of the home now, so no one is helping you with homework.
Okay.
So I would bring homework home and take it back to school the way I brought it because I went to school late. So I started learning to read really late. Actually, I tell people I started speaking English fluently at 17.
Oh.
And many people don't believe me.
I don't believe you because the English we are speaking here,
No, let me tell you, the first years of my school life,
Yes.
I really struggled because
Yes.
I couldn't read. And I had no help at home.
Okay.
Because that's why today as a mom, I'm very intentional with homework and
Yes.
school for the kids. Because I understand that extra touch of a parent at home, how it can help a child spring them to greater heights. I never had that. And one of the memories I have, I loved to read. I admired people who read, but I couldn't.
Yes.
So one day I go to the market after school. I find newspapers on my mother's stall, and I think it was an English newspaper. So I get it, I open it, I am busying myself to show that I'm reading. And then one market, the lady in the next stall is like, but Olive, do you know that the newspaper is upside down?
Is that? So the show ended.
The show ended. That I was like in P1,
Yes.
but that has never left my mind.
Yes.
But it goes to show you how much I loved to read.
Yes. No, that's very interesting. And when you mention being your mother being a market vendor, there is this thing we talk about that why do people go to the market and bargain and then go to the supermarket and go with whatever prices that are given to them? It seems like unfair. Did you ever experience that kind of thing, and did it affect you in any way?
No, I don't have much memory.
Okay.
My mom never used to sell, in the market, there is people who sell the entire bunch.
Yes.
And then there are those who sell miera.
Yes.
So my mom never used to sell miera.
Okay.
You'd never find her peeling for someone. She was like, nope, I don't do that.
And
so for her,
was classy. Yes.
that's a classy.
Yes.
So for her, she would get the bunches from the lorry.
www.streamugradio.com.
We are back with Olive at Mind Matters this morning, Stream UG Radio, and she's telling us about her childhood. She was born, and the first memories she has, her recollections are that she was in a market, which is not the usual. Now, tell us, Olive, did you face any kind of stigma because of your mother's profession at the time?
You know the beauty about being young? It is that you actually do not notice such things. I remember a girl who tried to bully me, but it was more because I couldn't speak good English at the time. And I don't think it was about what my mom did at the time. If it was there, I really don't remember. But one thing, my mom died when I was 10.
Okay.
And she died to AIDS.
Okay.
She suffered for, at least to my memory, for a year. And then she rested. And at the time, it was hard to tell people that my mom has HIV.
Okay.
And when it comes to mind things, the biggest memory there is that during her suffering for that 1 year, everyone left her.
Okay.
She used to work in Kampala. Then I think things got tough and we had to move back to the village in Semto, not very far, like 1 hour from Kampala.
You left city life.
We left city life,
Yes.
but we're staying in the town that had piped water, electricity. She had a restaurant in the town with her friend, but then she took ill. So when she took ill, her friend left her in the house where they were staying together. And at some point she couldn't pay her rent. So she felt alone.
Okay.
And one of those days when life was really hard, I saw my mom, my hero, coming from the highest. You know, when you're a child, your mom is like up there.
Everything, yes, your hero.
Like nothing can touch her. And this one day, she gives me money and sends me to the shop to buy her poison. I go and buy the poison. So when I buy the poison, I bring it. Meanwhile, I'm freaked out. I'm like, what is she going to do with it? She was so weak, she couldn't even get out of the house.
Which poison was this?
I don't remember, but it was in a tin. It was in a bottle, a small bottle. I think it was those that kill rats or something. I don't remember, but I went to the shop and I bought it. So I bring it to her and she tries to open it, but her hands were weak, so she couldn't break the seal. And I was young, I couldn't break the seal. She sends me to go to the neighbors and ask them for a knife. So I go to the neighbors. I tell them my mom has sent me for a knife. She wants to break the seal of poison. She wants to take the poison. Yes, I knew because she told me go and buy poison. I don't know if people can easily buy the poison from shops today, but back in the day you could, because it could be for anything. I think it was that poison that is used to kill maybe rats or something. So she sends me to the neighbors and asks me, rather I go to the neighbors, I tell them the purpose, why I need the knife.
Yes.
They give me the knife. But in me telling them, it was a scream for help. I needed them to come in and stop my mom from taking the poison. So she opens it, puts it in a cup, mixes it with water, and sends me to go tell my big sister that she has decided to end her life.
She was telling you?
To go and tell my sister.
You were alone in the house with her?
I was alone. I would go over the weekends, I would go and spend the nights with her. Then on Monday morning, I would go to school. Then I would just check on her in the evening. She was living in the same town as my sister, but I was living with my big sister.
Living with your sister.
Who was married there. So I get out of the house before she has taken the poison. The neighbors ask me, has she taken the poison? I'm like, not yet, but she said she's going to. And no one went into that house to stop my mom. And I was too young to tell her you can't do it. I didn't have that confidence. So I walk crying. I find a neighbor, rather my sister's neighbor. He asks me, why are you crying? I tell him my mom is dead. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, she has taken poison. Because I knew the minute you take poison, you die. So I run home. I find my sisters. I tell them another one had visited from Kampala. I tell them mama's died. She has told me she's tired of bothering you guys. And then they rush there. They found her unconscious. They take her to the hospital. And God was good. She was resuscitated back to life. But her life just kept going downhill. And she was no longer with my dad. So one day when life was too hard, she sent me to my dad. My dad was a taxi driver at that time. So she sent me to him to ask for some money. And Bill, that man told me I don't have money. And he gave me 1,000 shillings. To take to my mom.
Okay. Maybe he didn't have it.
He had.
Or it was the collections he had made for his boss, No,
it was his taxi.
Yeah. Oh, it was
He was a taxi driver, but all his life, the taxis, because at the time of his death, he owned a fleet.
Okay.
He was no longer driving them. People would just bring money. At the time, he was driving, but it was his. It was not for someone else.
Yes, I get it.
But that 1K to this day is in my head. Who does that? My heart was broken. That's the day I started hating my father.
Okay.
So much.
I thought you were going to say for a second I started hating men.
That's the day. No. I was not old enough to hate men.
To understand, yes. Yes.
But I knew for a very long time I lost him because of that 1K. I wish he never gave me that money.
You'd have rather told you, just go.
Because I had heard stories from my mom of the things when he met my mom, she's the one who had money.
Okay.
Maybe it's the danger of a single told story, but my mom, according to my mom, she really helped to spring him up financially. But I don't want to go much into that. It could be anything.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was that 1K and the attitude he gave was everything to show I don't care even if she dies. And as a child, I think that's what broke my heart.
So you went back home with your 1K.
I gave it to her.
You gave it to her. What did she say?
She cried.
Okay.
She broke down and cried. And that broke me too. I don't think I cried.
You didn't cry tears like...
No, I didn't. It was that pain. And as we continue with this conversation, you'll know that maybe these early experiences, there is a way they informed the person I became, because for a very long time, I have been the person who holds in the pain.
Okay.
Who doesn't tell people how badly I am hurting. Because, and I think to a degree, it also molded me to be strong.
Okay.
And it explains that what you were saying at the beginning of this conversation, that how do I afford to be bright and happy despite.
Yes.
I think I learned to compartmentalize at a very young age.
At a very young age.
Yeah.
But you know that it affected you in many ways. And I think we shall discover more about that as we go along. This is, I think that's the first, even as we begin, I'm already seeing trauma. I don't know, before even we continue, have you ever sought help from counseling or psychologist or something before over this?
I've not sought counseling, and it's not because I don't want to.
Okay.
It's mainly been because it's expensive.
Okay.
So I've tried to find ways of healing and educating myself. Educating myself about trauma, educating myself about trauma bonding, mental health, mental illness, and everything that comes with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we've had many conversations before, and it had never gotten this deep. You know, I don't know if this...
and yet you always say it goes deep.
I know. So you see, it's another way of saying that people keep so much inside. They keep so much inside, and so you'll meet someone, you talk to them, you see them at their job, you feel, oh, this is excellent. Yet deep inside, you know, if you're listening out there, many of you have, let me not call them problems, but you have these things that have been going on, traumas that have happened to you in life, and you never want anyone to know about them. And I would like to encourage everyone out there that sometimes it's always better to seek help to be able to maneuver. Olive decided to take it into her own hands and find out what she can do about it personally, I think using the internet. So anyway, we are continuing. Olive.
Yep.
You know, I might fail to conduct this interview because it's a little too deep, But I mean, I'm speechless, basically. Your parents, your mother sending you for poison. For me, I think that's like the epitome.
Yeah.
But for how long have you been thinking about that over the years?
You know what's funny? At some point, I think I buried it. That's the other thing I told you.
Yes.
Compartmentalizing.
Even when you are going to school?
So when she survived that ordeal, life went back to normal.
To normal, okay.
And you know how we do it here in Africa.
Yes.
When you lose a parent, bakugamba guma.
Yes.
You get.
Yes.
Because even the death of my mom, I didn't mourn her.
So after how long did she pass on after that incident?
So my mom. So here is how I remember the last year of my mom. It was Easter 1996. We had Easter lunch. We took some pictures, me, her, my sister, and my nephew. And I went home. She and my sister stayed at the restaurant, drinking a bit. Drunk, I don't know how much, but that's how people, most people celebrate.
Yes.
So the next day, my sister tells me mom took ill, hangover, and then she wasn't getting better. So she came to Kampala. My grandmother stayed in Kampala, my paternal grandmother. So she came to my grandmother, and then I heard from my sister that she was sick and she was being taken care of by my grandmother. Then later she came back to the village in Semto. So that is now we are Easter 1996, I think was in March. So I think around I think around maybe August that year or October. I was really young, so I don't really remember. Okay. But I think she died about 5 months after. So she took ill on Easter or Easter Monday 96, and she died on Good Friday 97, and we buried her on Easter Sunday 97.
Oh.
So it was exactly 1 year.
So when that is...
So between the poison and her death, it could have been between 4 to 5 months.
4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
And of which basically, but you were in school.
I was in school.
So she passes on. How did you navigate school? You said your father wasn't interested.
He wasn't.
What happened?
So before...
Which class were you anyway?
I was in P3.
P3.
So before we even talk about how I navigated school, there is something I would like to touch on, and that is sexual harassment.
Okay.
And many young girls are sexually harassed, and maybe they don't even know that they are being sexually harassed. So before she died, at some point we had to take her from the town to now her village.
Okay.
So when she was there, I would go there every weekend to see her and come back on Sunday because Monday was school.
Yes.
But every time I went to visit her, I had a cousin brother who had friends, guys. I bloomed quickly. By the time I was 10, I had breasts. I was very light skinned, and probably other things I didn't know at the time.
Okay.
As as an innocent 10-year-old.
Yes.
So this my cousin's friend, a boy, would come home as if to check on my mom, but actually he was really trying to get with me.
Okay.
And of course, I never let him, but he tried to touch me, like feel my boobs. And because of that, the weekend before my mom died, my sister asked me, would you like to go see her? And I said, I'll go next week.
Okay.
Because I was trying to avoid
that
the
guy.
boy who was making my life hard every time I would go to see my mom. Because like, you're going to the well, he wants to touch you. I think if I presented myself more, probably I would have been molested even more or raped or something. And I didn't go. And then the next weekend where I was supposed to go, that's when my mom dies.
Okay.
And that really, for a long time, even now in my adulthood, I keep regretting not going to see my mom that last weekend. So there is an a memory etched in my mind of the last time I saw her. I'm trying so hard to hold on to it, but it's going away, and that really, really breaks my heart.
Yes.
But now, anyway, she died. Even at her burial vigil, that same boy tried. So it makes me, that's why I'm passionate about protecting the rights of girls, protecting their sexual purity, because people you know, people you know are the people who are trying to touch your girls. People you know are the people who want to molest your girls, to initiate your girls into early sex and whatnot.
Yes.
I'm glad it didn't happen for me, at least not at that age. But we need to be mindful as parents.
So it didn't happen to you at that age.
Yeah.
Am I reading too deep into the words? Because as we go along, it seems like it's going to get a little bit more.
No, we will leave it at that.
We will leave it at that.
For now.
Okay. But you see, the thing is, this is very true. And I'm sure there are very many people out there who don't know. We say parents don't understand that these things actually do happen. And we've had it even going to an extent where people say that your uncle is not your father. So even your uncle don't allow them to put you on their laps and things of that nature. And then some people say, no, that's a little bit too much.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Yes.
Actually, lately with the crazy things I read online and the stories people share, even your father, there has to be limits.
Even your father, yes.
There has to be limits with the things. You're a father to a girl.
Yes, I am.
And I believe there are limits to the things you can do.
Yeah, as a father, yes.
As a father. So we girls, and it's sad really that we have to protect girls from their fathers, but you can't be too careful.
You know, it has gone a little further that even now we protect sons from their mothers.
I've heard.
And brothers from their brothers. Because the way things are going, with all this gender thing, nobody cares who is what anymore. Boys have become girls, girls have become boys to each other, and many other things. But you see, the safety has come from traditionally, as we knew it, the girl child, to now even the boy child being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because I actually do go to schools and I tell these boys that you can be defiled, you can be raped, you can be abused as well. You know, so the dynamics are changing. But that I don't want to get lost. I want to get back to you because you know this is. This is Mind Matters. I don't know. Let me first take a breather and then we continue.
The Weekly Check-In with Bill Bekunda on Stream UT Radio. Your life, your music.
Yes, Olive. Okay. Here you are.
Yeah.
Even on your mother's burial. Someone is trying to to sexually harass you.
I think when you're young, it's molestation. Let's call it.
Okay, so I was trying to molest you basically,
Yes.
but they were touching you improperly. They were making you uncomfortable. Did you report this to anybody? Did you tell anyone?
That's the thing. I didn't tell anyone.
Why?
Because tell them what?
That this guy is trying to do things to me. Did you understand even what he was trying to do?
I think I had an idea.
Okay.
Never underestimate the mind of a child.
Yes.
I think I had an idea and I knew it was wrong. You see, when she was sick, my mom...
www.streamutradio.com.
Yes. Please tell us. Continue.
That last year of my mom being sick, she had so many matter-of-fact conversations with me, including HIV and how you get it. So I had an idea. I mean, in the 90s, if you didn't tell your child about how they could get HIV, were even a parent.
So they told you about it?
My mom told
Your
me.
mom told you.
I knew from the time when she got sick and it became serious, she never had rashes.
Yes.
She never had all the things people say. She never lost weight to a point of looking, you know how people used to look?
Yes.
But of course she lost weight because she was unwell. But I don't have a memory of her looking so bad.
Yes.
You know, the things like you see on Philly Retire and the rest. But she was matter of fact. She kept telling me, I'm going to die and I have HIV. And if you mess up with boys, this is what happens.
Okay.
So it was in my head. It was etched in my mind that when you do boys, you get HIV. I didn't even know about pregnancy, but I knew.
You knew HIV.
I knew you get HIV.
Okay.
And because I was at the verge of losing my mom, boys coming to me, it was scary. But I couldn't tell my mother because she was sick.
Okay.
I didn't want to worry her. I couldn't tell my sister. I don't know why I couldn't tell my sister. Because later on, when I was about 14, now I had really bloomed. My body had fully formed.
Okay.
Bill, I suffered.
You suffered. You suffered.
Men who were old enough to be my dads, including my father's best friend, were trying to get with me.
So you now went to your father's place after?
No, you see, my mom's family relocated from Rwanda to Uganda way back in the day.
Okay.
So my mom's village is in Semto, where also my village is.
Okay.
We are just villages apart.
Apart, yes.
So my dad has a home even in the town right now, and our ancestral home back in our village. So I was still staying with my sister, but being a small town, you know who this one is so and so's friend.
Yes.
That's how I know that this man was my father's best friend and also a brother to one of my stepmothers.
Oh.
But he was trying to get with me. But for some reason, I knew that if I wanted to protect myself, I had to tell someone.
Yes.
Back when I was 10, I didn't tell my sister. I don't know why. Maybe I was afraid. Maybe I thought she would say I'm the reason why the boys come to me. But later on, I found the confidence to report anyone that came to me. And that's what protected me for a while.
You reported to who?
My sister.
Your sister eventually.
I told her of every man that approached me. And every man I told her about, she confronted.
Okay.
That's what protected me.
Even your father's best friend?
Yes.
Okay.
All of them, she confronted.
Didn't he retaliate?
No, he did not, because it was embarrassing.
And you were 13 at the time?
I was 14.
14 at the time?
Yes. It was embarrassing. He couldn't retaliate. So my father never got to know about it.
Yes. Oh, that's tough. And so you continue even at school? Were you in a mixed school?
I've always been in mixed schools. I've never been in a single school.
Okay. And boarding day?
I joined boarding in S1. So the whole of primary school, I was in day school.
There in Semuto?
So in Semto, I was in school there for 2.5 years. You asked earlier how I managed after mom's death. I stayed there with my sister, continued with school, but my sister was a housewife and they were really young, she and her hubby at the time. They were also struggling with money because they were really young, so they couldn't afford to pay my school fees. I was those kids whom every time the Basa or head teacher came with a list of those to be sent home.
You were always number one.
Actually, I reached a point where every time I would see one of those people coming with a list, I just gather my stuff
Straight.
and go. I reached a point where they forgave me for the old debts and we started afresh.
What a life. Yes.
And so when my sister was like, you know what, we have a relative in Masaka. And he has some money. Let me take you there so that you don't drop out of school. Because you have two options. Either I take you there or you stay with me and drop out of school.
And start working.
Working where? And get married.
And get married, okay.
Now, my mom had told me before she died that make sure you study hard and not end up like your sisters.
Okay.
My sisters, it wasn't entirely their fault. She didn't really pay much attention to their education, but at the end of the day, they had kids young, and she didn't want that for me.
Yes.
And me, I knew that in this life I could never survive without an education.
Yes.
I'm not that strong. I am not one of God's strong soldiers. So she took me to Masaka to those relatives. I stayed there for 2 years. And I think that's where the most pain in my young life happened.
Yes.
Because my uncle was an amazing person, but he worked safari. So he was rarely home.
He was rarely at home.
In the home, I was staying with his eldest daughter, who was amazing, and then his nieces, who were horrible.
So they used to attack you?
They were older than me. At some point, I was like the maid. Actually, I treat my maids better than I was treated in that home. The only time I would have a breather is when my uncle would be home.
Okay.
But he was away from home many times for months. So it was really a hard life. And then he also started having money issues. So the whole story of me being sent home for fees started again. And now I'm 14. There is this shop where we used to buy stuff, a wholesale shop. And the gentleman who owned it talks to my landlady, our landlady, who was like a mom to us, because we're living in a home, all girls, no dad, no mom, because the other ones were teenagers in high school.
Yes.
So we're managing ourselves. So he talks to that lady and asks her he says he can pay my fees and I become his.
Okay.
And this lady came and boldly had this conversation with a 14-year-old. She even devised a plan that I could be going as if for prep at school. But instead of going to school, I go to his home.
What was your decision?
I would leave home and she would think I've gone to see him. I would actually go for preps.
Okay.
Then he complained to her
that she's not
coming.
And there was transport money.
And it was, so he had bought me a new uniform, bought me shoes, but through her, because I never got to talk to him face to face. So he gave her money, she bought me a new uniform, bought me a new pair of shoes, a bag for my books, small things really. So he tells her after some time that he doesn't see me. Tell me why this lady came home and she was very pissed with me, saying, you're ruining your life. This man can give you a future. He has money to take care of you. Why would you do that? So when she insisted I go to see him, I confided in a girl who was our neighbor. She was also in high school. She was visiting her aunt.
Yes.
Then she was like, why don't you? You have sisters, right? I'm like, yeah, they're in Kampala. She's like, why don't you go to your sisters? I'm like, I don't have money. So we devised a plan. She was like, go to that man, talk to him nicely, make it look like you will actually go to see him, give him a day, then ask for money.
Okay. She was coaching you on how to...
she was older. Because me at the time, I was now 14. And I don't know how old she was, but she was in secondary school, like in senior 3.
Yes.
So this one day, I go. It was even a public holiday. I go to the shop as if to get some stuff. He was happy to see me. He gave me, by then there was that soda, Ofono.
Okay, yes.
He gave me a bottle of Ofono. I think it was Fanta and cake, those cakes of over 300 shillings.
Yes.
So he gives to me. He's like, but when are you coming to see me? So I tell him, I will come tomorrow when I'm from school, but I need some money. I don't even remember how much it was, but he gave me the money.
Okay.
So I packed my stuff. And we had like a fence, but it wasn't so high. So I got out of the gate as if I'm going somewhere, and I passed behind the house, and this girl who had coached me got my stuff and threw them over the fence.
Okay.
There were shortcuts. You in neighborhoods, you always know shortcuts.
Yes.
And I used that shortcut, picked a few things I had picked. I was really young. I carried all my books.
Yes.
That's the biggest possession I had. And I went and sat in a taxi. But I was in disguise. I tied something on my head and I took a taxi late because we planned that I travel late so that in case they look for me, it's too late for them to start looking.
Yes.
So I got into a taxi, sat at the back, and someone recognized me. But by the time that person recognized me, the taxi was full.
Okay.
And it took off. So they couldn't find me. They didn't know where I had gone. I arrived in Kampala at around midnight. Maybe 11 or midnight.
Okay.
But me as a believer, I believe that God puts destiny helpers in your way, because in the taxi where I was seated, the lady next to me, when we were about to reach, I think we're in Natete, I asked her, where are you going? She's like, I'm going to Nankulabi. And I was also going to Nankulabi to look for my sisters. So she helped me find the taxis because we reached when the park was almost empty. We got taxis, we came together. Then when we reached Nankulabi around Total, where the lights are now, she was like, I'm getting off from here. Do you know where you're going? Do you know I still remembered? And I hadn't been in this place for like 4 years.
Okay.
So someone helped me cross the road. Then I went to see my aunt. My mom had a sister who lived in that neighborhood. And the house was demolished.
Found nothing.
I found a structure that was being constructed. It's midnight. But I found a lady I knew. You know, kids don't forget voices.
Yes.
Who was seated at her veranda. I kneel and greet her. I tell her who I was and who my mom was. And she was like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. Your sisters stay behind here.
Okay.
Then the lady takes me to my sisters. They couldn't believe it was me. They couldn't believe, because I was still in my disguise. I had to take off that thing I had on my head. And I think somewhat life came back to normal. My uncle came to look for me, but my sisters were like, she's not going back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think we are moving towards adulthood now.
Yeah.
And it's getting more spicy, if I may call it that. But you see, these are very important things to understand, that even when you see that your friend who was coaching you, it is like, that is how the beginning of how some people can get lost, because now they can take it on as a habit and be like, okay, this is now a profession. It can become a profession. You know what I mean? Of
coaching people.
A profession of becoming what you're being coached now to kula. Is it called kula? To get money from men. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we want to see if it ended up like that or if it did not. But you see, we have been talking, I'm talking with Monica Najjuma, and she's telling us her story very boldly and unplugged, if I may call it anything. It has been a difficult journey so far. I think many of us who are listening out there are wondering, how does this story end? Because your mother telling you she's going to kill herself, making you an AD to the problem, and you trying to look for help, it's not there. You're still at a very young age. Men and boys are approaching you. They want to, devour you, if that's the word. Then you go to school. Then, it's so much. I think this would make a very good movie,
Oh my God.
Where is the script? Have you started writing your book?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but I intend to.
I think you should start, because, you need to have this data written somewhere. As the story goes on, you can keep adding, or you do part 1 and then we shall have part 2. And
actually, on men trying to devour me, before we even moved to adulthood and before I left Masaka,
yes,
in the school where I was a bright kid. And that's why at some point they forgave all the old debts.
Yes.
So that I could catch up, so that I don't drop out of school. But then the debt started building again. So this one day, a friend of mine tells me, go to the director's office and try to plead your case.
Okay.
The director was the owner of the school. So I got to his office. It was a house that was turned into an administration block. So his office was in a corner. And this morning, it was threatening to rain. You know, when the cloud becomes extremely dark.
Yes.
And power goes off. So I go to his office and it's a dark room. There is no power. So I talk to him. He's like, tell me why you're here. I tell him. Then he's like, so if I forgive your debts again, what's in it for me?
For me.
I keep quiet. Then he walks around. He's like, you can do something for me. And then he pinches my boob.
Okay. So you got the point.
I got the point. I walked out of there. He's like, go think about it and we can see what we can do.
Okay.
So it was shortly after that incident. They all happened around the same time. That incident and the guy who was giving the other lady money.
Yes.
That I was like, if I stay, I'm going to be sold to this man. And even if I'm not sold to that man, the director at school.
This one. Yes.
So it was really, in Uganda, they say,
between a rock and a hard place.
A rock and a hard place.
Yes.
So running away was the best option at the time.
Oh, Olive. We are through with the first hour, and I think the second hour, I hope it will have the recovery journey, because this is beyond but I don't think it's beyond what happens to many girls. Yeah, it might just be one of many stories which are untold. What do you think?
Many women, I've talked to many ladies, and society has normalized so many of the things that happen to us that many ladies actually think it's okay or normal, or we have just decided to bury.
Yes.
To bury it. Maybe we know it's not okay.
Yes.
But what do you do? So there are so many untold stories out there. But I want to tell parents listening, guardians, and young women listening, you can't just trust people.
Yes.
Even those who seem to wish you well, you have to really question what is in it for them. Because someone may be selling you, but hiding under helping you.
Yes.
So it's important for you to really question why, what are their intentions. And then after that, it's important to talk to someone.
Yes.
Feel free to open up to someone. You can't tell the whole world, but maybe at school you could talk to the senior woman. If they don't listen, maybe a neighbor could be helpful. Because the person who helped me was a neighbor.
Was a neighbor, yes.
Yes. So there should always be someone you can talk to. You don't even have to be very close, but they could help. Because many ladies, many young women, many girls suffer in silence when it comes to sexual harassment.
Mind Matters with Bill Bekunda.
Mind Matters, the weekly check-in with Bill Bekunda on Stream UG Radio. Your life, your music.
Mind Matters on Stream UG Radio.
Mind Matters, the weekly check-in with Bill Bekunda on Stream UG Radio. Your life, your music.
Yes, we are in the studio today with Olive Monica Najjuma, who is a mother of three. She's very, very proud mother of three. In the past hour, she has been telling us the difficulties she has gone through in school, and we can't get enough of that. And I'm trying to tell her here that a book is needed, at least part one, because this part one is really going to, I think it will reach to so many people and educate them a bit. She has had a difficult childhood. I identify as a mental health practitioner a lot of trauma. I asked if she has been getting professional help, and she decided that she couldn't because it is a little expensive. I have to talk to my colleagues and bosses at Safe Places Uganda and other of my colleagues to find out why is she saying it is too expensive. By the way, what is too expensive? In what costs are you talking about?
The sessions. Someone tells you 150K a session, and with the information I have, I know that 1 or 2 sessions would not be enough. Yeah.
Okay. So those who are charging 150 plus for sessions, start reconsidering for whatever reason, because the traumas are many and people need help.
Yeah, the traumas are many. Traumas are many.
So now tell me, Olive.
Yeah.
Here you are. You have now come to your sisters, and life is beginning. I think this is part 2.
Yeah.
Life is beginning afresh.
Now I'm older.
You're older?
Yeah.
What happens?
So I go to my sister's, but still she cannot afford to take care of me financially, and I'm still in school. So she decides, I do a term while living with her. Then she decides to take me to my grandmother's. My grandmom lived in Kampala, like I earlier mentioned, so that my grandma could take me to school. Now, these are the 2 extremes of my life.
Okay.
My mom's side, not so well off.
Okay.
My dad's side, not ultra rich, but not bad either.
Okay.
So when I come to live with my grandmother, life is a bit normal, but not so much because it's an extended family. I have all my now I get a chance to live with my step siblings, my brothers especially, and a few other cousins that I grew up with. And together we found life somehow, somewhere. Yeah, it was not easy because it's not what do you call it? It wasn't a nuclear family. The experience is different.
Yes.
Some things you will have to struggle to get. Other things you will get. But at least I was going to school. Because for me, that was the most important aspect of life.
So you're in new school now?
So I'm in a new school. Now I'm in P7.
Now you're in P7.
I finished P7. My grandmother takes me to a boarding school in secondary. It was okay. The only challenge is that I would go to school without anything in terms of pocket money. So that made life hard. I was in an army school in Nakasongola.
Okay.
The school in itself was good. The feeding was amazing, everything else. But being in school without anything else, there is a way for a very long time, it's freaked me out whenever I would think of my kids being at school with nothing.
Okay.
Because that was hard for me. But at least I was in school. Later on, I left that school. I came back to Kampala.
There were no incidences? Bullying?
No.
Okay. But you were a tough person by that time.
By that time, you couldn't play with me. Don't play with me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So by then, I come back to Kampala. I come back to another school in Kampala.
Yes.
Now I'm in senior 3, senior 4. Then, of course, at some point, granny, extended family things are really funny.
They're difficult.
So it's not that she didn't have the money to take me through school, but there were other other outside forces.
Yes.
So at some point, she stopped paying my fees. Now I'm in S2.
What were those forces, if you don't mind? Family. They're like, why does she deserve?
Saying that. She doesn't deserve this. She doesn't. Basically, family stuff. For the sake of my family, probably I won't go through that.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, but at some point she stopped paying. Okay. But I had a cousin brother who had a boutique, so he asked me to work for him. So every holiday I would be working for him, and the money he was paying me is the money I used to pay for myself for school in secondary school up until senior 6. Basically, I would say I've educated myself to this level of education. Yeah. So I would work in the holidays, and then I would I would pay my school fees.
So your secondary school went smoothly? No
I didn't
incidents?
have incidents.
No one was trying to touch you anymore? No one was trying to... Because now you are in the safety of your grandmothers.
Yes.
And you'd stay with your sisters as well?
No. I was staying with my grandmother now, full time.
Full time.
In her home. We were in the middle of Kampala, just near Pride Theatre there.
Okay. All right.
But right now it's too urban. By then it was still residential for the most part.
Yes.
Yeah. We were actually staying opposite where the Lohana is right now. Back then it was Kampala Parents.
Yes, Kampala Parents.
So, yeah. So I go through school, but I'm living with my grandmother, but I'm taking myself through school. And that wasn't unique to me. I have cousins who were also going through the same. And I will not really fault my grandma for anything. I think she did the best she could with the information that she had.
Yes.
Also, she had so many grandkids.
Okay.
So many of them. So I won't fault her. I actually believe that I am so much of her.
Okay.
From her, I learned strength. From her, I learned to stand up for myself. From her, because this lady was a veteran. We would go to the barracks and she would manhandle majors and generals.
Okay.
Like she was a strong lady. But she was also very kind.
Yes.
And I think I picked that from her. So I have a lot of my mom in me, but also a lot of my grandmother. And I didn't realize I was a lot of my grandmother until she died in 2022.
Yes.
And as I was reflecting on her life, I realized that she was the matriarch I'm becoming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you finished senior 6.
So
incident free.
So there is no sexual harassment. Life is okay. My teachers were amazing. But
did you change many schools
hormones,
or what?
So in secondary school, I did that first school in the army school. Then I did a certain school in Namasua called Buckley for a term. So from senior 3 to senior 6, I was in the same school.
We should clap for those schools because the directors surely.
It was a good Christian school.
Yes.
No incident from my teachers, no incident from anyone, no incident from the students. Yeah. So, but in S6, I start seeing someone.
The hormones are
raging.
Yes.
So I start seeing someone. And,
someone you chose for yourself?
Someone I chose for myself.
Okay.
I wasn't coerced.
Schoolmate, out of school?
Out of school.
Yes.
He was
How
even
did you
working. Through school environment, but not my school.
Okay.
One of those seminars, conferences. Yeah. So we meet, we start seeing each other. I think we saw each other for like 3-4 months. Unfortunately for me, I got pregnant.
Oh.
And I didn't find out that I was.
When you are still in senior 6?
I'm in senior 6. I'm putting on weight. I'm not realizing that the weight means that there is a human growing inside of me.
There was no morning sickness, nothing?
No, there was no morning sickness. I looked okay. All I remember is that my jeans were not fitting. Every time I would tie the button, it was so uncomfortable. So me, I'm like, then I used to wake up to bang winter. Now I can't wake up to read. Every time I set the alarm, I wake up at 7.
Okay.
I'm like, what's happening to me? So one time, and many people, whenever I tell them I didn't find out I was pregnant, they're like, well, how couldn't you find out?
Exactly.
Now I know I was spotting. Back then, I thought the intensity of my period had gone down.
Okay.
Because I always had a heavy period as a young woman.
Yes.
So I thought my period was heavy. Kumbe, rather my period had subsided. Kumbe, that's called spotting.
It's called spotting.
So one time we visit a cousin. She just had one look at me. And she was like, do you know you're pregnant? I'm like, no. Then it's like something had been taken off my other sister's eyes. She's like, oh, by the way, now that I look at you, you're very pregnant. So I go home. I text the father. I'm like, I think I'm pregnant. And that's when, if it's a house of cards, that's when it came down.
Okay.
He's like, so who is the father?
Hey, mister.
Yes. Never mind that this is the person I'd been seeing. Never mind that there was no anyone else. And I thought he was joking, but he's like, yeah, it could be anyone. How do I know it's me? I'm like, but it's you. My God, I thought this was first reaction. Things would
calm down.
Calm down. It's been 18 years.
He still hasn't. He has still jumped.
And he now knows the kid is he's introduced the child to some of his family.
Yes.
But he has never
stepped
up.
Okay, so you're in senior. How did you finish your school then?
So I'm in senior 6. This is second term. This is when I find out I'm pregnant. Never been pregnant before. So I had no experience with abortions or whatnot. But I won't lie. I looked into that option.
You had wanted to.
I even got money.
Okay. From him?
No. From somewhere else, a friend.
So when he denied it that time, did you end communication with him immediately?
No, I tried. I kept calling him, and for some reason, the hormones made me desire him, love him so much, and he did the most.
So you'd continue saying?
I would no. He refused to see me. Now I'm just trying to see that he at least comes around, so that when I have the baby, it has a dad.
Yes.
And I called. That's when I realized that besides me, he was seeing someone else. Every time I would call him, she was the one picking. I'd seen stuff at his house. I'd seen clothes. I'd seen shoes. And he claimed that they belonged to his sister.
Okay.
And stupid young me believed him because he had a sister at campus. She was in year 1. She's now my very, very good friend.
Okay.
So that's when, actually recently I was sharing that story. She was like, I never left any of my stuff at his home.
You mean you found out recently?
No, later on.
About the clothes, I mean.
So I was just telling her the story. I saw stuff in his house and he said they were yours. And she's like, no, I never even stayed at his house. I never even visited him at his house. So that stuff was never mine.
Okay.
So the lady who used to pick my calls when I would call him, because it turned out he didn't pick my calls again. Every time I would call, she would call. So later on, when I was about 9 months pregnant, I go there, I try to knock, they refused to open. So a neighbor, I think she felt sorry for me. She tried to talk to me, told me, but that chick has always been coming here. She doesn't stay here, but she always comes. She's very dramatic because there is a time, and this is when I should have learned my lesson. There is a time I went to see him over the weekend, and the lady came and she caused chaos. She broke the windows and whatnot.
And you were inside?
I was inside. Somehow I managed to get out. He managed to calm her down and I got out. And later on, he came to me and said, that's an ex. She's disgruntled that we are not together. What? I should have talked to someone.
Okay.
Because had I maybe talked to someone, I would have let him be.
Even his sisters.
Yes. But I didn't, because I knew they would tell me, no, he's lying. And me, I believed him. He's not lying. Mine is different. And that's the thing to other women or young women. You're not special. There is nothing about you that would stop a man from mistreating you if he wants to.
Yes.
So never say, mine can never. Oh, he will.
Yes. Sadly.
He will. And it might be terrible. I'm not saying doubt your man.
Yes.
But if it smells like, walks like, quacks like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Okay, so this man, how you were able to finish your exams without?
So I'm going through this, and so I had the presence of mind and confidence to go to the head of they are called DOS, Director of Studies.
Director of Studies, yes.
And I told him I won't be able to sit my finals. He's like, why? I'm like, I'm with child. I actually used that statement because I couldn't bring myself to saying I'm pregnant.
To use the word pregnant.
So I'm like, I'm with child. But because I was an exceptional student, also I was a good student.
Yes.
I had no trouble whatsoever. He was like, no, you're going to sit your exams. I'm going to speak to the director and the headmaster, the head teacher, the owners of the school, and you will sit your exams. But I was going through so much. So he did talk to them. I had already registered, remember? And he said, keep coming to school. But the trauma was so much. On the side, I'm begging this man to see me. I'm begging this man to public interest, I was so freaked out of giving birth to a child that has been rejected by his dad. So I dropped out of school for a moment and only went back to sit exams. Like heavy.
And how were your fellow students looking at you?
Oh my God. Tourist attraction. Oh my God.
Yes.
So our school was built in a way that all classes were facing each other. So it was like a quadrangle of sorts in the middle.
Yes.
And it was storied. When I came that first day to do that first paper, everyone stood at the balcony. Everyone. But I had a good...
www.streamugradio.com. Are you a creative, songwriter, musician, film producer, or an enthusiast? Well, Notes and Noise has all the requirements and services that you need, like music production, sound mixing and editing, jingles, live sounds, audio post-production for film, voiceovers, and sound effects. Find us at IJ Complex, Chiwatle Road, Nigeria 1, or contact us on 0767-864-228, or send us an email to notesandnoise256@gmail.com. We are Stream UG Radio. Playing your best variety of music. Oh, Muziki Guafe, cause Stream UG Radio. We are indigenous, Ugandan. We play 80% Ugandan music. We are Stream UG Radio. 24 hours a day, non-stop. And oh, your Stream UG Radio. Your life, your music.
Yes, Stream UG Radio. I am back with Monica, Najjuma, and we had just gotten to an interesting part, and we had to interrupt it with an advertisement because we knew you couldn't wait to get back to this, just as I can't. Yes, we are here struggling. She has told us her story up to the time where the hormones have started raging and she's pregnant with a man who is denying the child. Take it on from there, Olive.
Okay, so I go to school, everyone comes out, stands at the balconies to all go at what the Lord had done.
What the Lord has done for you. Yes.
So I am a strong advocate for allowing girls to sit their exams despite being pregnant.
Okay.
And it's not that I'm encouraging girls to go and get pregnant while in school, but I understand that it has happened.
It happens.
Don't ruin her future because of one moment.
Okay.
Or one incident. So I sat my exams. Chogam was coming on. This is 2007. So I sit the first papers and then we go into one full week of Chogam.
Yes.
Now I'm praying that I give birth in that week so that I can go and finish my papers. That boy was not about to come out.
Okay.
He was still chilling.
He was waiting for the dad. Yes.
So I go into labor on a Monday morning and I have a paper on Tuesday morning. So I was in labor the whole day. Dude is not coming out.
Yes.
Eventually, I have the baby. I even had stitches. But the only thing that was on my mind, I need to go and sit
Your
my
exam.
paper. So we talked to the midwives and they gave me, I think, strong morphine. The next morning, I went to school. So remember, the other week I was heavily pregnant. Now I come and I had a baby yesterday.
Yes.
I have a male friend. He looked at me and shook his head and he was like, "You're the strongest person I've ever met."
I know.
But I had a strong support system. My sisters were quite supportive and my friends at school, they really, really supported me. I don't know how I would have gone through all that. So I will always forever be thankful to Jackie, to Cindy, to Janet, to Roy Kasika. Those guys were amazing. They really held my hand, and of course to my siblings. So anyway, fast forward, I have the baby.
Yes.
And the drama continues. Someone is not interested. Sometimes he says, "I'll see the child." The next time he doesn't want to know. And then life moves on. I finish high school. I didn't go to campus directly.
Okay.
So I joined.
You first worked?
Yes, I joined campus a year late.
You are looking after the child?
Yeah, I was looking at 4.5 months, my sister had to take him so that I could find a job and find a way for us to survive. So I worked in a supermarket. Much respect to anyone who works in a supermarket. So yeah, after I worked, and then I joined UMCAT, School of Media and Business Studies, where I did my diploma in journalism. And life, it wasn't easy, but I pulled through. You pulled through. Because the thing is, I always knew I need an education to survive.
Yes. Your mother had told you.
My mother had told me. And I knew, I'm not gold strong soldier. I told you.
Yes, true.
The only suffering I can manage is from the mentor. I'm not of hard labor. So I finished my diploma, and I had made a friend on Facebook, a lady. I'd never met her, but we used to talk a lot. At the time, she was in Philippines. So I talked to her. I'm like, I need to find an internship placement.
Yes.
She's like, oh, my brother works in this bank. Let me contact him and you go. So I meet the gentleman. He's like, here we do not give internship placements, but do you need a job?
All right.
I'm like, yeah. I need a job. So I am called in for interviews.
Yes.
I did a set of like 3. Eventually I get the job, and that's how I start working in the bank. Okay. With my media training.
With your media training.
Yes, I started in the bank. I worked there for 6 years. Then an incident occurred, a fraud incident. Unfortunately, I was the supervisor. Someone gave us fake dollars at the branch. We didn't find out in time. So long story short, I was fired, my boss was fired, and the teller who received the fake
was also fired.
And
the money was never recovered.
But we paid it.
Was it a lot of money?
It wasn't so much, but banks don't make losses. Okay. So all my provident fund went to paying that loss. And that's how I got out of the banking industry, and now I started grassing. I was fired when I was pregnant now with my 3rd child. So anyway,
but now you have jumped.
I've jumped. So anyway, after my diploma, I joined the banking sector. Yes. I start working. I start growing in positions, and I found someone I fell in love with.
A work colleague?
Why are you going there?
Okay.
I found someone.
Found someone. Okay. Yes.
I found someone, and we fell in love. We dated for a while, and then we had our first child, my beautiful daughter.
You didn't deny this one?
No. It was
clean.
Planned. It was clean. Yes. It was wanted. Yes. We had our first baby, and later on, when I was pregnant with our second, who is my 3rd, that's when I lost my bank job. Okay. But earlier, he had also lost his job. Okay. So we were 2 unemployed, expectant parents. Yeah. But you see, with all the experience I've gone through in life, I don't underestimate jobs. Yes. When I was trying to get back into the corporate sector, I found another way. I was like, as I wait for that to happen, I will take another job. Yes. I remember seeing a job on Facebook where this person said they have an events company and they want a manager for the company. I applied. I go there. Is it a company? It was those people who have like a shop. It has with chairs in there, tables, the stuff they used to decorate. Yes. And Bill, I was willing to take it. They were paying 10K a day. I was willing to take it. That was
transport and lunch.
They were going to give me lunch, but they would pay me 10K. Okay. And 3K for transport, so 13K. And I was willing to take it. Now, my baby daddy was like, you can't take such a job. You can't come from where you're coming from to this. I was like, I don't have money. Yes. I need money. I know this is not forever. It can do for now as I look for something else. But anyway, the lady was even threatened because she was like, hey, your CV, where you've worked and how you look, will you work? Yes. She denied me that job. You see, sometimes people are not going to give you that job, not because you can't do it.
They
but because
judge
when
you
they look at you,
by what they see.
they're like, nah. There is even another lady, and her company was bigger, but she saw me and she was like, you're so beautiful. I went in, because me, I know when you go to an interview, you dress well.
Yes.
So I went dressed in my normal element. And this chick was well-traveled, very beautiful as well. But I think she saw me and she was like, there is no way this chick is going to work for me.
Yes.
And she was with her husband. I think when I left, the husband was like, we are not hiring this one.
The husband or the wife saying that?
I don't know. I have a feeling he advised her because she was really, really nice.
Yes.
And she seemed like she was interested in giving me the job, but she had reservations because she was like, Olive, the way you look, the experience you have, this is a job you give to someone that has never worked before or someone that has had like a simple job.
You are overqualified.
And I needed
the money.
I needed the money. I did. Yes. So you see how sometimes people will be like, oh, but people are not giving us jobs based on what we look like. Understandable. So anyway, I told you I worked in a boutique before.
Yes.
So somehow I found myself back there. There was a Liberian lady that had a high-end bridal boutique. So she hired me to manage it.
Okay.
And I did that for a year as I was trying to find my way.
Okay.
Now, when I did that, we sponsored Miss Uganda 2018. In that boutique.
Yes.
Yeah, we dressed her up until Miss World.
Yes.
That is Abenacho. So when I worked there, I had gone for a press conference for the sponsors, and I meet this gentleman in the lift at Sheraton.
Yes.
We just say hi. Then eventually we find that we are going for the same event. He introduces himself as a programs director at a certain radio station.
Yes.
After the press conference, I look out for him. I'm like, I heard you're a programs director. I studied journalism.
Yes.
And I would really like an opportunity.
He's like,
he's like, now we don't have, but let me take your number and I'll call you if something comes up. He called me after a year.
A whole year?
A whole year.
In that whole year, what were you doing?
So I had just left the boutique, and by the time he called me, I'd been unemployed for like 2-3 months.
Okay.
So I went. They were not even paying me at first. You remember the 50K Sheila Gashumba talked about?
Yes.
That's what I was earning.
That's what you were earning.
Because it was transport alone.
Transport, yes.
Yeah, but I took it on. I started as a news anchor, and that's where Fat Boy found me, and he offered me a job
at RX where you interviewed me.
Where
twice.
You met me.
Where I met you, yes.
And later on, UBC comes knocking, and that's how I ended up on TV.
Okay, so all this time in the work environment, there is no trauma? There is no harassment?
I have been fortunate.
Yes.
I've never been harassed in a place of work.
Okay.
And I kept saying, God, please help me. Let this continue like this. At least the harassment I encountered was in school, especially primary school.
Yes.
But in the place of work, it hasn't. Okay. I don't think I've been segregated. Oh, no, something of that sort almost happened, but it was subtle. Whereas a boss is always picking on you, but it's because you ignored his subtle advances.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but there hasn't been something so big for me to point out. Yeah.
Okay. So now, are we saying that when you started the radio, now your struggles ended? The trauma of the past is completely gone?
The trauma of the
How were you surviving? How are you living?
The trauma of the past is not completely gone, but I've been intentional.
Okay.
Actually, it's funny how I found out about trauma and learning about mental health and being interested in mental health.
Yes.
Because I separated with the father of my children.
How did that happen? I thought things were going well.
Things were going well.
Yes.
But that period we went through of me having no job, him having no job, me going into the work market.
Yes.
I think for him, losing his job really affected him more.
More than you.
More than me, probably.
Okay.
And he failed to find himself. I stood, because we were together for extra 4 years after he lost the job. So I don't want the listener to say, oh, you see, Abakazi.
I know.
When you lose a job, she goes, no.
Yes.
We stayed together, but it reached a point where I was like, I can't be doing everything. If you won't stand up, if you won't help me, then this makes no sense.
Okay.
And many people will call that selfishness, but I was actually helpful. I reached a point where I was paying all the bills, paying the fees, paying the rent, buying the food, and I was still helping.
Okay.
But then this person chooses that moment to reconcile with someone from the past, and they have kids.
Oh.
So I'm like, since you have more fun having more children that you can't afford to take care of, we might as well split and you do your thing. So that's how we split.
Okay.
And
do you think that your past, the trauma you've been through, any of those things, do you think it affected your ability to manage that situation instead of trying to work it out?
I think all through the relationship we were working out. You know, relationships.
Yes.
There is a lot I won't mention.
Yes.
That we worked on. There was a lot of forgiving. This child was number 2. So if I forgive you for the first one, and then you bring in another one, am I still required to forgive?
Well, I was not talking about forgiving. I was talking about working it out.
No, working forgiveness. It starts with forgiveness.
It's you that was in the situation.
No, working out starts with forgiveness.
Yes.
So probably I forgave, but I was not willing to continue with this charade.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So now you have now started another journey.
Yeah.
You have 3 children.
I'm single.
You are single.
By the time we split, by the way, that's the time before I joined media, I was unemployed.
You were unemployed.
I had no job. I had no source of income.
And you had 3 children. And he was not supporting.
He was not supporting. And we separated. The youngest was 2.
Was 2.
The middle child was 4. And the eldest was, I think, 12. I don't remember, around there. Yeah.
So how did you do it?
So like I said, 3 months later, I get a job on radio. Okay, I don't know if it was a job because at first I was earning 50K. But later on, they started paying hits.
Okay.
COVID hits, I continued working the whole of COVID. Then when they unlocked us, stations were cutting costs. So they were only keeping essential stuff, and I was very new. Okay. I was a news anchor who were 2. They could only keep one, who was the person who was there before me. So I found myself without a job. But fortunately for me, within 3-4 months, James had already set up RX Radio, and I got a job. And I stayed on that job for like 3 months. And financially, life now started working out. Then I got into TV. Yeah, so this year I left TV and I joined an internet service provider.
So why did you leave the TV? Was it not good enough?
No, I loved TV. I loved what I was doing. But I think there comes a time in life where you want to spread your wings.
Okay.
If another station came calling and they gave me a good offer, I would definitely.
So now you don't approach them, they should approach you.
Well, by the way, in media, apart from the first time I approached someone, the other jobs I've had have been approached.
You've been approached. So you're pretty comfortable. Your CV is laid out.
My CV is laid out.
And how is your life? How are you coping? Because you're still a single mother. How is it raising children? Because I think apart from about 3 or so years in your raising children career, you've been doing it alone. Talk about that.
So I feel like I've been doing it alone for the longest time. It's not been easy.
Yes.
There are moments when I question if I'm doing the right thing.
Yes.
And I worry about the kids, their growth, in the sense of that rejection part, not having a father figure. I worry so much because I don't want them to grow up broken.
Okay.
But I do my best. It's the best I can. I do my best.
What are the difficulties?
Of course, I mean, at a certain point in raising kids, money is at the forefront.
Yes, that's number.
That has,
Definitely.
yeah. But money aside, the other issue is basically the worry that they may not be balanced. Because two parents balance a child. Though in some instances, it's better to have one parent, like in places where there is domestic violence, it's better for a child to have one stable parent than having two that are always fighting.
Yes.
Fortunately, even when I was with their dad, there wasn't domestic violence. I cannot sour grape him. There wasn't even emotional abuse.
Okay.
I can't lie. Yeah. So it was okay when it lasted. Now, raising them alone, it's the constant everything depending on you. But I found my center. And for me, the center has been
www.streamugiradio.com.
nothing free.
Are you looking for visual and audio equipment?
Yes. So it freaked you out. Sorry for that interruption. Yes, let's keep going.
So I was saying I found my center. And for me, the center has been going back to God.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. There has been a lot of healing for me since I decided to give that guy up a real chance.
Okay. So when did this happen? Although it's when I'm asking about how you are managing to raise these children, there is money involved. That is one. How do you? And the father figure as well. There is stability in the home. How are you putting it together that you're able to fulfill this? Because there must be something you're doing, and some people out there must be wondering, but how is she doing it? How do you balance these things? In the form of also giving them advice that this is how I do it, it probably could work for you.
Okay, when it comes to single parenting, I would start with don't beat yourself up as a mother because what you're doing is actually good enough.
Yes.
And there is no score sheet really. There is no best parent. Even you there, and I know you're an intentional father, Bill, but you're not the best.
Yes.
You could be best at something better. And I could be better at something else.
Okay.
So normally what I tell single moms is that, first of all, take care of you.
Okay.
You as a person.
How do you take care of you now?
Now, personally, I have made sure that the girl in me doesn't die.
Okay.
There is an olive that wants to be proud of the olive that I have become. And that olive, I make sure she stays alive.
Okay.
I love to laugh. I
to
love
laugh.
humor.
Yes.
I love to read. So I read. People these days are reading self-help books, what. I read them too.
Yes.
But I still love fiction. You still find me reading Danielle Steele. That is one of the things that centers me, that gives me joy. I love watching a movie.
Okay.
I love dressing like I'm still 18.
16.
Oh, okay, not 16. There are things I won't wear. But I like to look good. So I take care of myself through the small things that make me happy. Is it doing your nails? Is it doing your hair? If you can't afford the nails, fine, just keep them neat.
Okay.
If you can't afford buying certain clothes, just wear clean clothes. You can have like 5 outfits that are good enough. Okay? Like just take care of you. But mentally, I think it starts from within.
Yes.
You have to steer clear of things that affect your mental well-being. So what kind of music are you listening to?
Okay.
What kind of conversations are you being a part of?
Yes.
Who are you listening to? Who is speaking in your ear? Because some people, you're there trying to make your life straight, but you have this person saying, even if you try, that is not good for you. You cannot be listening to negativity when you're trying to be positive.
Yes.
So it's okay to cut some people off at some point as you try to make yourself better. On this mental well-being journey, mental health awareness I've been on, learning so much, I've had to cut people off.
Yes.
I've had to lose people. If you know something is right for you and people are trying to talk you out of it and you know it's a good thing,
Yes.
silence them. You also don't have to share so much about your life. As in, because they say that sometimes, you know, the advice they tell people, if you're starting something, keep it to yourself until it comes to fruition. It is true. There's so many energies surrounding us, and saying something immaturely sometimes will hamper your growth. So as a single mom, take care of you. Start with you. What makes you happy? What makes you feel whole? Me, it's been those other things I've mentioned, but the major thing, going back to God.
Going back to God.
Having a church community.
Okay.
It has given me my center. Like right now, I left my children at church, but someone from church is going to drop them home.
Okay.
So you need a church community. I've seen David Ramsey on Facebook advising people on money matters, but he normally tells them, find a church community. Okay, if you're not a believer, find a community. There is Rotary, there is Rotaract.
Yes.
There is so many places where you can be to find community. Don't be alone. The biggest thing that will take people down to their early graves is being alone, having no one. Because now your brain is working in overdrive.
True.
You're thinking about all the ways you could even harm yourself. Yet, if you have community, identify one person you can share with a problem. They say what? A problem shared
is a problem half solved.
Is a problem half solved.
Yes.
So me, I have community. I've talked to you about some of the things that, about my struggles.
Yes.
I've been vulnerable. Don't be embarrassed to be vulnerable. We all go through things. You could be a single mom and someone is struggling with sex addiction.
Yes.
Someone is suffering with a gambling problem.
Yes.
Someone is an alcohol addict. Like what you're going through, raising kids alone is not the worst. And if it comes to relationships, being a single mom should never ever make you think that you're done for. What do you mean that no one can come to you?
Okay.
What do you mean that you can't date? Of course. Have you seen me?
I'm trying to know. Yes. So then also there is the relationship with the fathers.
Yes.
When the father, because you've had both the time when one rejected you and then that time when you be like, you know what, let's put a hold to this. How then do you continue involving the children in their father's lives? In whatever way?
Well, you see, there is one thing to want the father to be a part of the children's lives. And there is another, the father's wanting to be a part.
Okay. So if they don't want,
there is nothing you can do.
You don't even like have a picture and say, this is your father?
No, that's you can do.
How do you talk to them? What do you tell them about?
The children or the father?
What do you tell the children about the father? The
children, first of all, if the father is not interested, it's not your avenue to start sour graping him.
Yes.
The children will find out about who he is in time.
Yes.
So I disagree with the whole telling the child everything negative about their dad. No, you don't do that. Okay. Because children grow up and form independent opinions of the other parent.
Yes.
And sometimes it may work against you. They may grow up and say, you stopped us. So be honest. Yes. You can be like, your father is actually, you can mention the good things about him. If you don't feel like there is anything nice about him, but then why were you with him? There must have been something that attracted you to this person at some point. If there is nothing nice to say, my grandmother used to say, if there is nothing good to say, say nothing.
Yeah.
So me, how I've done it, when first of all, my son always knew that he has a father. Even when I was with someone else, he knew that he had a bio father.
Okay.
And when he asked about seeing him, I was like, at first, I tried to get in touch with the other person to see if they can see the child. But when I established that they didn't want to see the child, then I started telling the child, you know what? Maybe one day you'll meet this person.
Okay.
Maybe one day you'll talk. So I tried to not make our life about him as much as I could. Then when he was of age, I was like, I can give you his phone number and you can try to call him and see if he will warm up to you.
Okay.
And
did that happen?
So they've been talking a bit, but we've reached a point where the boy has decided not to reach out again.
On his own?
On his own.
Okay. Without
my doing. And when he was very negative, I actually used to encourage him because as a Christian mom, I know it is how important a father is in one's life. Even when he's a terrible dad, I know that it's important to not be so negative towards them. So I was like, just give it time. Things will fall into place. But for now, don't give him your mind.
Okay.
I don't know if it's working because the mind is a different thing. I don't know how the pain, if there is pain, and I'm sure there is. I don't know. I think we will one day at a time.
You'll find one day at a time. True.
Now for the girls, same thing. Sometimes people split because it was an amicable separation.
Yes.
And at first it was good. Then, I don't know. It's not... Basically, for me, there is no co-parenting. Not because I've stopped them. Not because I have made it impossible. I have actually left the door open.
Okay.
But it's not there. And I'm not going to force someone to come to me or the kids. I'll let them do what their adult minds tell them to do. But as a parent, as me, because I keep picturing, what if they were dead?
Okay.
What would I do? And that's the mindset I've had. Because even legally, a child belongs to two people.
Yes.
If you go to court, to family court, and this man is not working, the court won't compel him to do anything because he's not working. Children belong to two people.
Yes.
So I keep saying, what if they were dead? And the thought of what if they were dead is what stays. I'm like, I would still take care of these kids. So now I'm going to do the best I can.
Okay.
So how have I done it? I've had help. I've not been afraid to ask for help when I needed it. I have friends that have held my hand through the years because, yes, I've been working and for the most part, I've been the one paying the fees all through the years. But I've had moments where things have been tight. You talk to a friend, especially my friends, and they come through. And then at some point, if I'm dating, my partner helps. Yeah, but it's important to work because the hardest parts have been when I'm not working.
Yes.
Yeah, the taking care of them when not working has been really, really hard.
Okay.
Yeah, but still we manage. So it's important as a single mom when you're dating to find a very, very helpful partner.
Definitely.
Don't be on vibes.
Yes.
So to the men who find single moms and they actually, with one heart, hold their hand financially, much respect.
Okay. So the question would come, so how easy is it to date when you have got children?
How is it?
How easy is it or how hard is it?
To date?
Yes.
Oh, interesting question. So here's the thing. It's not about having children. I actually don't even identify myself as a single mom. I identify myself as a woman with children.
Okay.
Because children are not an impediment to me. But we have to be realistic.
Yes.
The number of suitors when you have children reduces. That's the honest truth. Especially if you have more than one child.
Okay.
Also, age matters. But the beauty is that the number of time wasters also reduces. Because all the guys that would have wanted to waste your time are going to drop off.
Yeah.
You get. So you may not have 100 men approaching you, but you may have 5 guys. And among the 5 guys, there could be 2 that are serious. And among the 2, you could choose one that is more serious.
More serious.
So it's about being intentional as a woman, not even as a mom. But now you know that you're not only a woman, but you're a woman with kids. So what are you allowing? So to answer your question, how easy is dating? It's
hard.
not. Or
It's
hard.
not.
It's not easy because some men will want to pretend to like your kids to get into you.
Yes.
So you have to be like, your antenna has to be on 150% in calling out BS. Pardon my French.
Okay.
Because not every guy who comes and says, oh, your kids, oh. Not every guy who comes and says, I want to take care of you and the children means it. But if you have been working on personal development as a person, you will identify the people who are bluffing and the people who actually have good intentions.
Okay.
But still, I can't say this enough. However good that man may be to you, however generous he may be, please protect your children. Listen to your children. Empower your children to talk to you. Because I've had so many stories of stepfathers abusing girls.
Yes.
And lately, boys.
Yes.
So be very, very intentional. Listen and believe your children. Investigate. Sometimes kids lie, especially teenagers. Sometimes they will lie that the father touched them when he didn't. But before you doubt them, first believe them and then investigate.
Yes.
It's important because I'm seeing women who place men at a pedestal, on a pedestal that is higher than the pedestal their children are at. That is wrong. You can love your children. I normally tell people I can fall in love with a man and love him deeply and maintain the deep love I have for my children.
Yes.
Because the love I have for my children is not the same love I have for the man.
Okay.
Yet I can love both deeply.
Okay.
I don't know if I make sense.
No, it makes sense, but it's difficult to understand.
No, let me give you an example, Bill. If you have a wife, you love her.
Yes.
And you have children, you love them.
Yes.
And yet, you may never have to choose between them because you feel, I love her so much and I love my kids so much. Let's say this is their mother. That love, you love both, but it's different. Me, the love I have for my children is not romantic love.
Yes. It's
So
a
that-
nurturing love.
It's a nurturing love.
Yes.
So why would you think that I can't love a man? I will love
And
this
if
man.
they don't like the man?
Why don't they like the man? You must be a terrible man for children to not like you.
No, it could be that your preferences are different from theirs, or the experience of their fathers not being in their lives can have an effect on their decisions of whoever comes into
Okay.
your life. Yes.
So now I think it goes into how you've nurtured your kids. Some children are bitter about their dads, but the bitterness sometimes comes from not knowing what really happened. So probably they have this view of him they have put in their heads. And I'm not saying you should try to change their view of their dad. He could be, in their eyes, he could be the hero. And it's okay for him to remain the hero. But it's important. Me, I don't infantilize children.
Okay.
I give them information according to their age. So I will sit my son down and be like, your father will always be your father. But I remember having this conversation with my son when he was like 14 or 13. I was like, your father will always be your father, but I am still a younger person. I'm not young like you, but I'm still young. And I still desire to be married.
Okay.
So if I meet someone, I will introduce you to them. I just need you to know they will never replace you. You will always be my child. I will always love you very much. So never be threatened. And
Even
I've
the
had,
girls?
and I've had the same conversation with the girls now that they are a bit older.
Okay.
And I give it to them in a child-friendly way. So much so that there was a time when life was really giving me punches. And my daughter found me seated on my bed in my bedroom, quiet, but I think I was lost in thought. And she was like, Mommy, I wish someone marries you.
That's the youngest.
The older daughter.
older daughter.
By then she was 9. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, so that they love you and also help you and also make you happy. But this conversation happened because I've made it safe for them to talk to me, but also in a child-friendly way. I've talked to them about my need and desire
Yes.
to be married someday.
Okay, so they are well aware.
So they are well aware.
Ready. They're even thinking of the dresses they'll wear.
Of course.
If the time comes.
So if the time comes, it won't be by surprise. I don't like parents underestimate children and don't prepare them. I think as a mom, okay, the other aspect, by the way, before I forget, if you're a single parent, the number one thing you should never do is bring men around your children.
Okay.
I have a young friend. She's around 25. She told me, Olive, never bring men around your kids, not even as uncles. Because I remember every man my mom brought around me saying he's my uncle. So from her and from what I've known, for me, my rule of thumb has always been my home is a safe space for my kids. I don't invite males into my home.
Yes.
Except my brothers who rarely visit. So my home is their safe haven. It's me, my children, and our maid.
Okay.
That's it. Until you meet a man and you're sure now that you're sure like he has made his intentions clear, he's not bluffing, that's the man you steadily introduce to your children. Okay. And even if you're sure he's going to marry you, don't just bring him over. Prepare some time. Let them warm up to him before you bring him around. But women have a tendency of, he has bill, she has bill. Auntie Bill is paying rent. I've had those moments. A guy asked me out, we are dating. Then he's like, I want to be coming to your home. I'm like, to do what? He's like, I'm helping you. I'm like, and? But yeah, so I'm like, dude, I had a home before you came into my life. You can go with your help.
Well, good things always come to an end. This conversation would not really, it doesn't end. We have a lot to talk about. But Olive, we are grateful for you to accept our invitation to come here. There is more from you, and we hope that you can even support us, with more information over time.
Okay.
This is Mind Matters with Bill Bekunda. I'll see you again next week, same time, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on your favorite radio show,